I hope this video most of you can relate to, purely because, you know, if you were to build this car and buy the van and do what I did to the van, it's going to cost you exact same as what it cost me. Maybe a little bit cheaper for you, maybe a little bit more expensive for you, because at the end of the day, as most of you know, I don't have sponsors. I didn't get parts for nothing. I will give you a little bit of a tip, is everything that went on the car that came with instructions, not mechanically, I put that on myself. So, you know, it's a bit of a tip there if you want to do that to your own car. So that's kind of where I saved a bit of money. But purely for recommended retail price for these parts, I paid what they're worth. You know, I didn't pay any cheaper and I didn't pay any more, I hope. But we'll see. Got the calcs here. Let's get to it. The car itself, from the dealer, cost me $62,000. That was on an ABN, so you do get sort of better deals from that. It was a military vehicle, that's what they're called, so it is a tax deduction for me. I needed that. I'll go around the front of the car and that's what I can think of. ARB bull bar, scrub rails, just come black. They were $3 grand, I remember that. It was $3,000. We'll go with the worn winch, is what I got, a 12,000 pound, that was $1,200. The rear bar, I'm just focusing on the outside actually. It's a Thorburns bar, I paid $2,400 for that. That's retail price back then. I'm just gonna quickly throw in there that prices have obviously changed quite a bit since I built this car. It's a 2020 model, I bought it in 2020, and I did the mods, let's say 2020 till now. Wheels and tires, the Dirty Lights is the rims, they're 16, and they're a 315 75 16 Maxxis Razor mud terrain. They're $500 a pop for a tire, and I think about $500 a pop for the wheels. So you're $1,000 a corner, and I got a spare, so we'll call that 5K. I got the lift kit. That included with everything from Superior, which is the arms, the panhard, the sway bar spaces, the brake lines, the rear leafs, the coils, the shocks. I paid $6,000 for that. I think it was about $6,200, but we'll average it at $6,000. I didn't put that in. I got a tyre shop down the road to put that in, and that cost me, I think it cost me about $1,000 to put in. So moving on as well, the seats that I got inside, they are from Pro Seat. Now I did score a deal with this, I'm not gonna lie. I got them for $600 off Gumtree, from a bloke in Canberra as well that wanted to get rid of them because he found it pretty tight to put a child seat in the back the other way around for a newborn, because yeah. I put mine in and it fit all right. My missus, she wanted to sacrifice a bit of room because she's kind of a short girl. That's no easy way to say that. So she didn't really mind, her knees weren't touching the glove box, but her knees could touch the floor pretty good.
Wow.
So yeah, 600. Keep in mind, I did look it up. This is going back a while ago now. They're about $2.5 grand retail from the company in Melbourne that makes them. That probably comes with the brackets, I don't know. Mine did come with the brackets for $600. So yep, hand up, I admit that was a cracking deal I got there. I jumped on that straight away. The next thing was consoles inside. So I've got the full center length, and it goes wide at the thing at the front there. I've got an overhead bulge, it's not the T, it's just the bulge. It's about $2,400 for all that. The UHF is GME, about $650 there. The lights, this is the lights in the whole car. So I've got the ultras up front, the steedies in the bull bar, the fog lights, the light bar up top, the steedies at the back for camping lights, if you want to call that. I just rallied all the lights up in the car, $3,000. The drawers in the back, again, this is where I'd save money, and I hope you guys take these tips as well. All the material cost me about $500 because I did that myself because I'm a carpenter by trade. If you're going to pay someone labour, yeah, look, you're going to be up for $1,000 in labour, I guess. So 1,500, $2,000, but for me, $500, I got lucky there. Airbag man suspension, I think I paid $850, just the helper kit there. Alright, so I've got a Sony head deck in the car, that was $850. The K-On, I got the rear shelf and the pet barrier is what they call it. I got them as a kit, it was $550. The fridge itself, the upright's $1,200. The ARB twin compressor, I think I paid $850 for that. The water pump and the tank inside the car, total of that was about $700. We get a bit more expensive now. We're gonna go into the batteries. So this is where I didn't want to skimp out, and I recommend you don't do the same. Since lithium came in the game, everyone knows how much that changed. So I've gone straight to lithium and straight to EnerDrive. Total is $5,000 for my electrical system in that car alone. That comes with the charger, that includes the inverter, that includes the 200 amp hour batteries that I've got in there, that includes the monitoring system that I've got, which is the E Pro Plus, that's what it's called. Comes with all, like that's with all the outlets, all the GPO. I wired that in myself because I bought it as a plug and play kit. So that pretty much, you know, labels everything for you. You just go positive, negative, or what it says. I didn't crimp nothing, I don't do nothing like that. Obviously I did what you need to be doing with, you know, fuse blocks and whatnot, with a good mate of mine who's an auto electric, but as the bare shell of it, I didn't pay an installer to do the whole thing. So the engine, it's quite a bit done to the engine for accessories wise. And if you know cars, which you know, obviously watching this, you're interested in Landcruisers, it's not cheap. So I've got a new turbo on that. It was an exchange deal that most people that manufacture turbos and will give them to you, they do it on an exchange deal, which means they take your turbo, they give you theirs basically. So that was, price for that was $5,500 installed. I've got the airbox, which was $950. I got the snorkel, which was $1,100. If you want to get to it, I got the catch can, that was about $500. I got the clutch. The clutch was about, I think it was about $2,400 installed. The tune itself was $1,200. The exhaust was from Bow Desert and it was $1,300. It's a 3.5 inch all the way. What else was done to the motor? The intake, I got an intake from Moonlight Fab. That was $1,100. I installed this is the only mechanical thing I did on the car, was I installed the intake because, hey, it's an intake. It did come with instructions, you know. Yeah, so just in that engine bay alone, it's quite a bit of money there. Would I recommend it? Yeah, like the car goes unreal, if I'm honest. It's night and day to me. And if you do own a Landcruiser, it's not a necessity. Look, you know, you buy the car for reliability, and I get that. And you still do have reliability when you remap the car. But if you're interested in a bit of power, you know, minimum clutch and a tune, you won't know yourself. It is a lot of fun. I got bitten by the bug on many cars that I had to get more power, and hey, that's what I did. And I can tell you now, I haven't stopped with that car for power. I'll probably go for more, unfortunately. But hey, horses for courses, right? Everyone run their own race. Lifestyle Icon, I bought that last year, 2022 model. It was brand new from the factory. I bought it with rego. It's a bunk, 2 beds. That's the only extra I got, on a dust suppression system in it. That's it. I paid $46,000 for that van up front, because purely we're going to drive across Australia. As you see in some of the previous episodes, you know, went all the way to the other side of South Australia, etc, etc. And we're planning on doing a lap as well, coming up once we sort out some finances. I put my own electrical system in there, again with the EnerDrive. I wanted to link up EnerDrive to the van, EnerDrive to the car. I just wanted to, essentially talk to each other, if that makes sense. I didn't see the point in choosing other brands when EnerDrive just worked for me. That system in the van was about $3,500. It was a bit more simple. It was 125 amp hour lithium with just a charger and an AC charger. That's it. No inverter, nothing like that in there, purely because I got it in the car. So I've got the full figure right here. I haven't actually seen it because in the background, my partner has been writing all this down and she's done the tallying. So with the car and the van, yeah, okay. So everything, total is 180,000, give or take. That can't be right. I don't have $180,000. Wow. If I'm honest, that is quite a lot of money that I never have up front. What you need to realise with this car and this van, it's progressed, right? I bought the car in 2020, as I said. I bought the van last year. That's 2 years difference. Till today, I've been modifying the car very slowly. It didn't happen in the space of 3 to 5 months, nothing, or even 12. It didn't happen like that. You know, it was very gradual and it just built its way. So I could sit here and say, you know, it's $180,000 up front. It definitely wasn't. I don't know how technically I afforded that, but again, if you put a certain amount of money away as savings, I'm sure in the space of what are we now, 3 years, well, who knows what could happen. But at the end of the day, if you want to compare that to quite a lot of rigs going around, that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. There's cars alone, you know, worth another 100K than that. I'm not talking about selling a Landcruiser for, you know, 50% more than what you paid for it. I'm purely saying if you wanted to buy something and do it up, or anything that's driving around at the moment, big Rams, you know, big American trucks, stretch cruisers, all that, you're going to spend more than that, which is fine. You know, I actually envy them cars. But for the price I paid for the van and the car itself, 180K, I'm pretty happy with that, you know. It's not too bad in the grand scheme of things, but that is quite a lot of money. And I wasn't expecting that. Anyway, there it is. Hope you enjoyed the episode, guys. See you soon.